Doomfist. They say he could level a skyscraper. A powerful character to be sure, and we know Sombra's coming to the game next in these upcoming weeks, but who's gonna follow her? Who's gonna be the next character in-game after Sombra? Well, my guess is the Fist himself, so let's discuss why this seems like a solid theory. We were first introduced to the Doomfist in the original opening cinematic for Overwatch. Found inside a museum dedicated to the legacy of Overwatch, the Doomfist hangs as a simple memory. Now, such a powerful tool could not remain untouched. Talon sent their agents Widowmaker and Reaper to steal the weapon for their own interests. To demonstrate the raw power of this fist, we see a young boy land one simple and, let's be honest, weak punch on Widowmaker, and yet it devastates. Imagine if this weapon was used by someone with real power. This is the type of weapon that cannot fall into the wrong hands. And it already did in the past. Now, after this attack, the Doomfist was transported to the city of Harmony, Numbani. Funnily enough, the payload you're transporting on the map when you're playing is actually the container for the Doomfist. You can see it in the silo. And you're taking it to a new museum where it's going to be better guarded and respected. As we see all over Numbani, references to the Doomfist and its legacy are everywhere. And unlike the other characters of Overwatch, the Doomfist has never been just one person. It has been passed down through generations. We see the first, the Savior Doomfist, shown in a heroic light with valor, and the phrase found under this is in the Swahili language and translates to the simple phrase Doomfist, which is probably the origin of the name of the weapon and why it's called the Doomfist. Next we see the Scourge. The phrase found under this is two Nigerian names from the, sorry if I mispronounced this, Yoruba. I'm going to put it on screen. It's that language. I can't pronounce things. Now, the first name means the return of the strong one, which, you know, the Doomfist. And the second name means the crown suits well, as if it is a prestigious thing, almost fated to be used by certain people. As you can see, it's possible for anyone to use this weapon, even a child. And that's the scariest part about this thing. If the wrong person gets their hands on it, they can do terrible things with that insane power attached to such a simple fist. And vice versa, you know, if the right person claims the fist, they can do the world so much good, whether they're using the power to stop criminals or save lives or whatever. It could be a great or terrible thing. Now, we don't know what the two previous Doomfists did to earn the names the Savior and the Scourge, but their message is clear. There's been two examples of the fist, and one has been bad and one has been good. Now, the Scourge, they were defeated by the one and only Winston with a quote, primal punch.
Primal punch!
Which gives us the key information to learn that the second Doomfist was actually active during the golden years of Overwatch. That's when everything was in their best state, Winston was part of Overwatch, and he managed to take down Doomfist. This was probably one of the many great threats Overwatch overcame and gained fame for. So who is this next Doomfist then, this third Doomfist? The successor is shown in a silhouetted figure, and the phrase shown under is in the Omnic language. Now, we know that the origin of the previous Doomfist were honoured on these banners by using their original languages, and this is a heavy hint as to the origins of the new Doomfist. It means they're related to Omnics in some way. Now, again, this all takes place in the city of Numbani, the home of both humans and Omnics. It's a hub of the world where these two factions can live together in harmony. Now, it's my hope that the new Doomfist is a physical representation of that, part human and part Omnic, aka a cyborg, just like Genji. Now, to back up that theory, I'd like you to look at the progression of the fist itself. It began as a simple set of knuckle dusters that were then reinforced around the forearm, and in the second age and version of the fist, it became more of a glove that goes all the way up to the elbow. This is actually the fist we know and see in both the original cinematic and also in-game on the Numbani map, in the payload and also on the holograms around the map. But then, in the third version, we see that the fist is now plated and covers the entire arm all the way up to the shoulder, and I could see the new Doomfist being someone who may have lost their arm and then need a new limb, right? Like Lucio with his legs or Torbjorn with his arm. So to replace that missing limb, the Doomfist was extended and made into a full arm. Part man, part machine, cyborg. So who could fit this description? Have we seen any hints as to who this person is? Well, I'll say this. Numbani is currently under attack. it's highly likely that it's Talon come again to claim what they believe to be theirs. They want to take this weapon and use it for their own motives, as always. If Talon can steal the Doomfist, they can choose the perfect person to suit them, to dominate their foes with its raw, great power and subject the world to great horror. The newly reformed Overwatch has so much on their plate right now, but we do know that Winston is aware that Numbani is under attack. And as the new leader of Overwatch, can he bring a team to Numbani in another defense of the Fist in time? Or will they be too late and the Doomfist we see in game is an evil one? Now, I do like this idea, but I'm not convinced of it. Look at the background of the first Fist, for example. It's sunlight, heavenly, trying to show, hey, this is a good person. The second Fist is given a dark, green and evil background to show his true colors. But the third has a light blue background with the symbol of rebellion, the Fist. Whatever and whoever this new Doomfist is going to be, I believe they're going to stand out from the other two. It won't be necessarily a good or necessarily bad Doomfist, it'll be something else, rebelling against the pattern of the Doomfist. But that blue background reminds me of someone. And I know it's a long shot. The original opening cinematic for Overwatch took place some time ago. The Doomfist is now in Numbani and no longer in that Overwatch museum, and Overwatch is reforming. Talon is gearing up. So how long has it been since that original cinematic where we saw these characters? Was it 2 years ago? 5? 10? Was it long enough for someone to grow up? Long enough for that seed to grow?
You know, the world could always use more heroes.
Could it be the boy from the cinematic that used the Doomfist? Has he grown up and trained to be worthy of the weapon he once used? At some point, lost his arm along the way and now seeks the fist? Maybe, maybe not, but it's a cool idea, so let me know what you think. Will it be a Talon Doomfist or an Overwatch Doomfist or even something else? As always, I'm looking forward to hearing whatever you might have thought up or whatever you think, but I really think the character entering the game after Sombra will definitely be Doomfist. I mean, just look at all of the solid evidence and references all over the game to this character. He's coming one way or another. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. You can check out the Lore Bite series or any of my other theory videos if you want more from me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.